Hi everybody, hi Prolong family and PLA family. Okay, we're sitting here today with Michelle from the one of my most favourite and successful companies in the industry. I think that she has been so successful herself by wrapping herself with this amazing products and amazing team. So today we're going to talk about how you built this beautiful, successful business. So I'm just going to let you have a little chat.
Yeah, so my name is Michelle, and I'm the CEO of PLA. A little bit background about me. I've been in beauty industry for about 16 years. So I started actually as a manicurist, and then 3 years into it, I got my esthetician's license, and then I went into eyelash extensions, specializing in it. Then I opened my salon, first salon, I think about 2016. Thought that this is my wildest dream, like running a salon, and it's gonna be all great and it's gonna be all awesome. And we grew it from like 3 staff to like 42 staff, and then turned out I don't really love the salon's life. I don't. And then I realized I'm an entrepreneur at heart. My dad is also an entrepreneur at heart. So the first opportunity that I saw I could get into actually developing and, selling a product line, I took the chance. And I told my husband that, hey, I want to sell the salon to do this full time. And he thought I was crazy because he was just like, Michelle, you have like 42 staff. You can't do that. And I said, no, I want to build a product line. I want to sell it. I want to grow it into this like big e-commerce company. And at that time, I was still in the garage, by the way. Like I started like PLA from 5 little bucket in my parents' garage. So that was a big leap of faith for us. And then fast forward, now we have the 51, 52 employees running PLA here, and then we have 5 manufacturers overseas, about 750 people that work there. But I contribute all of PLA's success to having such an incredible team. Our team is just beyond amazing. I don't know what I do to deserve to have such a good team. And they're also incredibly smart. They all work so hard, and everyone plays such a vital role in growing PLA.
That's so true. And I've met your incredible team. We've had the pleasure of Prolong working closely with your incredible team, and there's not one person in the team that doesn't smile, that doesn't speak about you with such respect and such love. So I think it really does come from the top down. I know that's not a nice thing to say.
Make them say that.
But you do. Everyone I speak to just goes, we love working for Michelle. We love working with Michelle. So that's just fabulous. So, okay, we've all started. Prolong started in a garage as well. You started in a garage as well.
What a good thing. Start in a garage, I promise.
Our all ideas in our heads. Go. So, look, I know my challenges that I went through with the company. What was your biggest challenge?
I would probably say my biggest challenge is the lack of business knowledge. So I didn't have a business background. I kind of grew everything sort of by learning and falling on my face a whole lot.
Yeah.
So yes, a whole lot. And I would say having the first 2 years of PLA, even though we grew so incredibly fast, because I didn't really know how to structure the company, especially when it comes to taxes, when it comes to how to stay profitable. We were, by miracle, literally was growing with pretty much no structures at all the first 2 years of PLA, until I actually met a CPA where he started to help me structure PLA the correct way. So we went from an LLC to like a corporation. That changed our entire tax structures. And then the next step that I would say is a huge challenge for us is not only I have no business background, no finance background, I have no marketing background. Everyone work around me are like 20 times smarter than I am, which is so awesome. But I made some very, very, very expensive financial mistake. We didn't trademark our names until very, very, far into PLA. And then I realized I shouldn't name my company Paris/Academy, because I wanted to do all things beauty. So that I had to go through a rebrand, and all of that's very, very expensive. So I would say most of my challenge really literally comes from the lack of know-how.
Yeah.
So now that I'm doing okay and I have a good team behind me, one of the things I really, really want to do is go to conferences like this, or like talk to business entrepreneurs to keep improving and learn about the things I don't know, and then show it to the baby entrepreneur that just enter into the business, where they come in and they say, Michelle, I have my business as a sole proprietor. And I'm like, do not do that. Because that's what I did. You pay so much in taxes with no protections at all. So mostly because I didn't know how to.
Yeah, the hurdles were education, which is what you're getting. And we both said this all the time. You can never learn. I'm CEO of a company, CEO of a company. You learn from people around you every day. You should never, ever shut the door on learning.
Yeah.
That's what the biggest mistake some people make.
Yeah, I have a team where we call the executive team, which is about 6 people that help making decisions at PLA. And every single one of them have way more experience than I am and way better than I am at the segment that they owned. So majority of all of my saving grace come from having an incredible
team.
Yeah.
That's the bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we all do know your success, but what's your personal biggest success you've had with PLA?
I would say, so before, when I first started PLA was purely a company driven by profit. So anything that I do, I'm like, okay, how do we make money and stay profitable at the end of the day? About a year and a half into owning PLA, I had this idea that I want to start manufacturing my lashes. So before that, I bought them from manufacturers in China. And then a year and a half in, I'm like, I'm done. I'm tired of having very inconsistent products, have no say in my products. So I said, I'm going to open my own manufacturers. And then I team up. During that time was when COVID happened. So I team up with a team of people in Vietnam, where I'm from, to open the first manufacturers. The first 2 years of that, Vietnam shut down. So no travel in and out of Vietnam. So I opened my first manufacturers remotely, which now I think is crazy when I thought about it. And then after 2 years of it opened, I went back home for the first time when Vietnam opened up. And the first day I showed up at the manufacturers, there were about 50 people outside of the manufacturers in line that did not work for us. And then I'm like, why are they here? I had people that came in and thanked me about giving their daughter's job, their sister job, thanking for giving them job. I had about probably 30 people were there to ask for a job, and we were at maximum capacity. So that manufacturers is in a very poor farm town where people were harvesting like rubber from the rubber tree, breaking cashew, and then all the fingerprints are like burned through. A lot of domestic abuse women, a lot of single moms, a lot of people that struggle. Most of our manufacturers are predominantly, I would say, women, owned, operated, run. And when I went there and people were asking me for a job, I was like, but I can't give them a job because I was already making enough for what I sell. So that was very hard for me to go, hey, I know you really need a job. You really need to be out of that situation, but I don't have a spot yet, so let me figure something out. So I came home and told my marketing team, specifically Caitlin, our VP of marketing, and I said, I need to make more products. You need to sell more products. That's like a you problem because I need to make more products. So together we sat down, we talked about, and then we figure out how to switch our company purely from profitable to trying to walk the line of being profitable, but make sure that our people are employed there. Because here, if you lose a job, you go get another job.
You can't do that.
Yeah, but then back there, losing a job could literally mean losing their livelihood, because they don't really have a whole lot of option. Tons of them didn't finish school. Majority of them finished like 6th or 7th grader. They don't have access to educations or other things. So really, truly is it's like a third world country. So that's, I would probably say, is my biggest accomplishment. Yeah, where I feel, okay, this is now how we're gonna do it, and it brings more purpose to PLA besides just making money.
Oh, you are one of the most generous people I've met. So
I have the most generous team with their knowledge, with their time, and I don't say that just for the sake of saying like, hey, I have a great team. Sometimes my team shock me when I see them in actions, and I'm like, you went way and above and beyond what we asked of you, and what make you feels like you're gonna pour 110% of yourself into the business. And I pinch myself almost every day, literally. I mean, let's be real, we have a lot of up, we have a lot of down, we have sometimes have to sit in place down and talk to them, but majority of them just so invested in the company that I also feel like I have to run like hell, so I don't disappoint them, because economy is hard, most business experience like a flat plateau or a little bit down, and I want to make sure that I do right by them.
Yeah, so that's great. Well, I come to visit on a personal note. I come to visit. We met a 3 years ago. I think Michelle and I met about 3 years ago, and we've become very close friends for lots of different reasons. But mutual respect, I think, is definitely one from my side. But also your kindness when we come to visit you. It was just your whole family is so welcoming. I love watching you with your children and your parents and your extended family and taking your mum on trips. And so from a personal level, you're probably the person I admire the most in the industry, and I have a lot of respect for you. A lot of respect for you. Your whole holistic approach on life is just very incredible. So
Jody. I get to know Jody about 3 years ago, where, you know, I found out what she does, her background is, and how she have really taken Prolong to like the next level. And I've seen her just so professional, but so fun. She's not your typical, you know, CEO that you see where you're like, no, in a suit and don't talk to nobody. And I see her in like her disco sequin, you know, suit just run down the hallway. Yeah, literally, that's what I said. I want to be her when I grow up. You know, I want to be fun. I want to be a business person. I want to just be a boss, but be so much fun and so humble and so kind. Yeah. And she's so kind to our whole entire team. So yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, give me a few years. I'm trying to catch up.
So I suppose I better ask you the question. You've been with Prolong for a few years now. Mm-hmm. You're our biggest supplier of Prolong in the States, which we're very proud of. Mm-hmm. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your relationship with us.
So I say prior to meeting Jody, our relationship with Prolong kind of start with like, hey, Prolong sells product and we're just going to be a distributor for them. And we pretty much don't advertise Prolong a whole lot just because it sells on its own. And then after I met Jody, before that, it just kind of sold by itself. And then after I met Jody, I feel really invested in the company just because like I know the face of the company, I know the people that I'm working with, and I feel like the company has a heart now. Not that it didn't before, I just didn't know. So now that working very closely with Jody, and I can't believe like a CEO would text my team of like, hey, Jordan, I need, you know, do you want to buy this? Do you want me to ship this for you and stuff? Just that personal connection, not a tons of big company the size of Prolong have. Which is something I really, really appreciate. And I know Jody's is so incredibly busy. She handles hundreds, if not thousands, of distributors. And we're just really proud to be partnered with Prolong.
Yeah, we love it. I love the way that your staff are they're so switched on to what they need too. Yeah. Like when we speak to Jordan, I met him last night for the first time, which was great. It was lovely to meet him. But anyone you put in that role is very invested in that role. So we're going to let you go. Okay. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Love you and your company so much.
Thank you. Same. The feeling is very mutual. We love the Prolong team, and we don't say that just because we sell Prolong. We sell a lot of other products, but the Prolong team feels like families to PLA. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks. See you next time.